Hey, love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my grown, extended, beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop a line or two. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video or you're telling me about your empathic gift. And if you feel like the videos, give good vibes, you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath they're going through trials and hard times that either need spiritual guidance or confirmation, validation towards life path, or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. It's truly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And this video is going to be called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, stand bold by being strong within your conviction. There is so much that's taking place right now where it is just like it can feel heavy within everything, and stuff may feel confusing at times of everything that you're going through, but it's all leading you towards better, that you really have to understand, and it's just like right now at times, especially if you're, healing ego, healing pride, allowing yourself to hold yourself accountable for your wounds that you place upon yourself as well as other people. And before I get started, okay, I'm gonna say this, and y'all know, if y'all been with me for a while, y'all know I do this every once in a blue moon, in case it's not just trying to hurt somebody or put somebody on blast and stuff like that. But I know a lot of people may be going through stuff like this, and I'm setting myself as an example. A few days ago, I did a video, and it was like this individual I've been helping for a long time, and I said I'm not going to be disloyal, not to myself, not to that person, but not to myself, because I don't speak on other people's stuff like that, especially in no daggone video. But somebody was just like really being bold and not, you're people want to say they're using your intuition is telling you to speak up on something. And especially if I'm having, video chat, I do my Heyoka chats pretty much, all the time when I upload my videos, and people get in their feels and want to start bringing up little touchy subjects from years and years ago on, their family had this illness and they're no longer with the living. And the vibes that was coming off, and I was really trying to understand, where is this vibe coming from? Why did this happen? It was just so random. And when you're bold enough to put somebody's business out there, it could be health reasons, financial reasons, or whatever, because you're in your feelings about something you're going through. Not that person ain't did nothing to you, but you're going through, and you try to place like in harm's way that you're doing that to. I'm telling you, don't put yourself in a situation like that. The way God moving right now, you don't want to piss him off. You really, really, really don't. And there's a lot of people that feel a certain kind of way because they're going through a lot of things, which I understand. Nobody's not perfect. A lot of times we project, on people, and half of the time it don't have nothing to do with them. It has something to do with the things that we're facing. And when I try to help somebody, never spoke ill of you. Anytime you needed something, I made sure I, place encouragement in your life. Even messages from, on the other side. And then you try me like that, that's one thing, I pray for folks like that. I really pray for folks, because if you're in your feelings about something, God, right now, it's not even just God, but make sure you use power of discernment and being mindfulness, because when you're allowing your ego to project for you because you're dealing with certain type of things, you don't know what kind of Pandora's box of all hell about to break loose in your life. When you start talking about people's health, you wanting something to come out on them because you're in your feelings about whatever you're going through. Please don't do that to nobody. Please don't. In this individual, I had to really allow myself. At first I was hurt and I'm just like, why would they ever do that to me? I said, I've been more than accommodating and uplifting when they needed me in every way. And that was how you provide for me. And that's what you show me, your kindness in doing that by betraying me that way. And it was like, I had to allow myself to really step back and just evaluate, and because it was kind of hurtful. But then it was just like, forgive that person. How people treat you is how they treat themselves. Never take it personal on what other people do. And we learn through that, through all of our convictions. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it has been that time where frequently, not a lot, but it hasn't been like that for a while, that I can go out my way to help somebody and never did nothing to you for you to do that. And then you do that, and then you try to do it by hoping somebody will play something on me because you hear somebody giving me encouragement, or just speaking something nice of me of what I helped them through, and I love what I do. It's not about ego, it's about my purpose. I know how there is times that we are trying to move, forward, but we really fully don't understand what our gifts are pertaining, what our trials are really trying to teach us, what is pain given a purpose to, and stuff like that happens. And people want to place harm on your way because they feel like either they wish certain things were like that for them as it is for you, or they feel some type of way when somebody's speaking highly of you, or it's just like you just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And it's just like, before I used to go ahead and clap back, and I'd be that person to sit up here and give names out. But I don't have time to be petty. I'm not going to that level of frequency like they did, But I know that if they do watch this video, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to really pray for you. But you don't want to invade in what God's purpose is for somebody, and you hoping something good comes for you. Because it's a lot of times I tell people, when you have that vibration of jealousy, or you're comparing your life to somebody, is never good, because you're adding pain towards your life when you do that. And, we all can be like that from time to time, and it's okay. But that's what it's talking about, being bold in your convictions. You take your responsibility for your own actions. I had to really tell myself, you helped this person out, and you know what it felt like to lose a parents, lost a father and a mother. But the blessing is I can still talk to them after they pass through, and been going through stuff all the time, but who isn't? So, I'm not gonna, I don't want no pity party. Ain't being a victim for nothing. But I tell people real quick, God ain't gonna bless no mess. If you are sending something towards somebody's way because you feeling, it's an inferiority issue, or you feel intimidated, or you're jealous, or whatever like that, you mess up your blessings that way, just because you do stuff like that, And the way God's moving right now, I don't think I would want to be on that side where I'm projecting something on somebody else because you're trying to change somebody's outcome by putting hurt and harm, or trying to have early transitions for other people to do that. But it's just like, there's a lot of different things that's going on through your life that really, you have to take an honest look at yourself through every single thing, and I've been just stepping back and just doing what, universe guides me to do, throughout my life. And it's just, at times when we face a lot of heaviness in our lives, when it comes to acceptance of how things are, how things should have been, how things have been, and just facing the fact that you learn through things. Because a lot of times we don't know when we move forward. Sometimes we're scared because we don't want to make a mistake. And you have to understand, these mistakes are going to have to be made so you can be able to learn from them. There's no right or wrong way to do certain things when it comes to lessons of learning. It is with impulse decisions and stuff like that, but how you're moving your life forward. You have to be able to be being full and pray with yourself on different things that you face, because when we face stuff, it's not easy. It's not. I tell people real quick, they were like, Roz, you're strong. And I'm like, look, there's times I have my weak moments. I don't care. I had those moments where I cry, and feeling lost in some kind of translation of healing within my truth. It's not easy to do. I know a lot of people like, well, some YouTubers, they don't bring, their issues and stuff on here. And it's that I'm at that time where when you're confident about your strength, you're not going to worry about what people think if you allow them to see you cry. I've been vulnerable a lot of times. If you've been with me for a while, you don't caught me cry, and there'll be sometimes I'm like, oh God, let me breathe, and so many different things that's coming on in this life where, I've been through enough, and I just have to shake my head at certain people when you come at me like that, and it's not about, oh, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, but I'm gonna use it as intuition, that my intuition told me to do that. No, that was your ego and your wounds that you want to project on me because things aren't going right in your life. And it's still when people do that and I discard that friendship, they don't gain me as an enemy because I'm gonna still pray for you, because things are happening in the life right now where a lot of people's frequencies and vibes are clashing. And there's a lot of people that are going through that healing, but they're in irritability. They don't want to be bothered. They have to be able to step back, because there's a lot of times we would love to talk to, people that you can really trust and don't judge you for anything. But this is at that time where you have to be able to just deal with stuff in your own way, in a healthy way, though. In a healthy way, but you don't have to allow yourself to place that vibe on there. It's always good to have somebody have a ear. And I always tell people, if you really need me to talk to you, and even if you have an ear, even if you couldn't be able to solve that problem for somebody, sometimes it's just we need to be understood and heard, and those different things. And it just allows me to really see everything that I've gone through in life, and it made me humble. And a lot of times it's like when I see how hateful people can be towards me, I never take it personal because this is the part of my purpose. You're going to have that. When you're moving in truth, there is some kind of, facade or, a mask that somebody wants to put on it will disturb the hell out of them, because the things that I say, if it's possible, positive, there's a thumb down or something like that, or you come at me with these stupid comments, it's because of whatever I said, it irritated something about you that you don't want to face, or you don't want to be truthful within that situation. So pain runs deep in a lot of people. And, there's times where I even told people, I love my purpose. I know what it feels like to not have encouragement. Or you're around people, or you were raised in a home where people gave you dry congrats, even if that, or, they always wanted to lowball you on so many different things because they seen that good in you. They want to be able to destroy it because they felt like, okay, I didn't feel that. I wasn't able to experience that. So I want them to feel that same pain too. And you don't know, just for certain situations like that, it can be very harmful, not just to the person you're doing it to, but to yourself. There's so many different people out here that fear you, and it's not saying that as being inferior over nobody, but when people start rubbing the wrong way and starting to do little deceptive and manipulating things and thinking it's supposed to be cute, or you're trying to make sure that person don't go nowhere. Because I'll tell somebody real quick, I'm not threatened by you, boo-boo. I'm not threatened by you, because when you're threatened by people, you try to sit up here and manipulate outcomes that God has designed. You cannot sit up here and shift what God has for somebody. You cannot do that. I don't care how many folks that, you try to do all these different hexes and spells and hoodoo voodoo stuff on somebody. No, demon is stronger than God. Okay. Because the things, and I tell people because I know, I'm Caribbean. I'm Caribbean. And we all got this stuff in our family where I know when people have placed stuff on me. And I try to tell people a lot of times, and it's not being funny or trying to sit up here and say, oh, you can never break me. It ain't even about that. Because it's just like, if you know you really doing what you're doing and stuff like that, they always tell you, especially when you know you're moving in decisive ways, or you're trying to block somebody's blessing because you feel like that should have been yours, or it always should have been me. There's a lot of people that host that energy and say it should have been me. If God wanted that for you, he would have had that for you. Everybody got a purpose, but a lot of times people feel like they're the only ones who can be happy. They're the only ones that win. It'll be ugly as hell and boring as hell if you only see one star in the daggone sky, and it's just at that point, people place things on somebody because you want to have that I don't know, it's like a vibe. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just me. I'm just more blunt about my situation, and I keep it very real. And a lot of people don't like that. I'm not going to sit up here and say one thing and do another. I ain't got time to gaslight nobody. Because if I don't like you, I'm going to tell you, I don't like you. I'm going to make your life a living hell. If you give me a chance to, and keep on, I'm going to come up with some stuff. But I'm not that type of person. I've been there, done that, because I see what those actions on me and my wounds can really take you there. No, I'm not doing that. So it's just like when people tend to place things on your person, your essence, to try to seek and destroy or try to make you in your life. You don't know that God's using those exact things that you have placed on that person to strengthen them. And jealous minds, it's just like a lot of time people don't wonder why their lives are the way it is. And I tell people real quick, it's different when it's your actions and your actions alone that's leading you down that road where karma is just hitting the hell out of you when you don't want to listen, or when you see somebody's trying to disconnect from you. People aren't scared to lose you. They're just scared to see you move on. And it is what it is. And I'll tell people, even my worst enemy, I'm going to still pray for you. But I'm going to appreciate you in the same token because you helped me become a better person. I'm placing that love in me that you didn't give me in the beginning, And those are the things I have to deal with it on a daily. We're just seeing how certain things move. I was like, oh, I'm not mad. I'm not doing this. I want to see you happy. I don't care what you do. When folks go all the way out their way, the first thing they think about in the morning, and the last thing they think about when they go to sleep, on how they're going to try to sit up here and piss you off. How are they going to try to sit up here and get on your nerves? How people are trying to sit up here and make you angry. People that are actually happy and secure in their own paths don't do stuff like that. I'll tell people real quick, I'm going to let that mess on flow. Because I used to be that type of person. I will wish harm and I will really wish bad on you when you have done that to me. I sound like damn Carly B. I ain't about to do that. I don't want to wish you bad. But now it's at that point in my life where I see where the things that I'm going through, people are already living in their worst punishment. Don't wish nothing on them because they're already in that worst situation just by how they choose to do things, just by how they choose to do things, and a lot of times people, it hurts you because these people are doing something. You can hurt that, you can try, and heavy emphasis on try to hurt someone. And this is not what that's about, because you don't realize the pain you're trying to place on somebody else because of your insecurities, on you going through whatever whim you're going through. It may hurt that person, but baby, that's going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt them. Just because of the way you moving. Just because of the way you moving. And it's just fact is, I know of enemies, and I know there's some that are just weighing in the wind in the shadows or whatever. But it's the fact is, everything that's been placed on me in harm has really strengthened me in ways I never seen coming. It ain't about me being cocky, saying, okay, bring it. I'm not even about that. But it's just the fact is, we all deal with things every day, but just in different ways. I seen how even within bloodlines, cruelty can run very deep. But so is that daggone stuff that comes right back to you, because it's like karma right now. Everything's going on. You see it in the world. It's like all hell breaking loose. You see some good things, but hell, you see an awful lot of bad things too. A lot of it. What you do to other people, it ain't going to come back on you like you pushed it out. It's going to add weight to that. You know, and a lot of times we get aggravated, especially if we're dealing with karmic cycles and different things, or energies and that connection has dispersed and have to part ways. You know, you learn as you go. But it's just at that point, you know, a lot of people block their blessings just because of how they try to, you know, manipulate other people's outcomes. Don't think that God's going to bless you by blocking somebody else's blessing. God don't do that. You know, that all it does is just piss them off, because there's a lot of people that hide behind religion and still do narcissistic things. And it's like, you can't sit up here and get on your knees and ask God for all forgiveness. And then when you get back up, you start the same devilish stuff that you asked for forgiveness for. And then you go do a whole personal handshake with the damn devil. You can't do that. That's why I tell people, I don't go to church, I don't play like that, because I know if I'm feeling some way, I'm gonna tell God how I really truly feel, and I know I gotta repent and rebuke in every kind of way after I calm my nerves. But these are the things I take accountability for my actions. I'm not gonna constantly keep blaming people for even when people have placed me in different things in my life, because they seen something in me that can really make a turn for the better. And they didn't like that. So they wanted to destroy it every way possible. They still try to do that. But God ain't going to allow something like that to happen. Because if it happens in your life, it's going to be happening for the better good, even though that's not where it intended it to be. And there's a lot of times we live through our own suffering. And a lot of times it's a lot worse when we don't allow ourselves to face it. People will sit up here and mock you when you're having a struggle within your life. People will think it's funny and very entertaining when you're going through a struggle. And a lot of times it pisses them off when you bounce back right afterwards. That's okay. That's what strong people do. Strong people that wants to sit up here and heal and not be living in their own personal purgatory. Because it comes to a point where people feel like they've been doing it for so long. You know, they're like, well, shoot, if God was going to do something, he would have been did it. Don't play God like that. You can sit up here and tell him that plan, he'll laugh all up in your face. Him and karma are very patient. Trust me. You can see within the world, people done got away with stuff. And that's the exact reason why karma and God act that way. That's how a lot of people get caught. Because you got comfortable with doing wrongful deeds, and you know you're doing wrong. You know, even if you don't admit to it, you know you're doing wrong. And then you wondering why hell done sit up here and hit loose dimple time. It didn't go triple, it went dimple, you know. And you see it. There's times I'll be around people and I see how you treat others. And then the stuff that happens, and I'll see it, I don't mock, because I was like, oh, I know why that's happening. But I'm not going to say nothing, though, because you can't talk to no narcissist. That'll be a whole argument that you're going to create a whole headache for. Just allow yourself, even when you're right, just look. Just because you're right, you ain't got to prove them wrong. They know. I say they know. But you allow yourself to be stand in your convictions. You know, take responsibility for the things that's taking place. You know, I used to always, you know, talk about different things that, you know, with my situation on how people have done it. And it's at that point that gets worn down to the ground. It's just like, yeah, my family have done this, you know, yeah, my adopted family did this. But it's at that point, that was my purpose. That was my purpose. It allowed me to find the real truth in me through my flaws, through my hurt, through my pain, through my scars. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually jacked me up. But then it showed me the core of where I truly existed. Because there's a lot of times I can go through stuff and I tell God, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I try my best to do good in the world because that's what I want back. You know, it's not about feeding the ego, making me feel inferior over anybody. If I'm looking down at you because I'm lending my hand out to lift you up, you can't compete against me when I want to see you win, you know? Life hasn't been fair for me at all, for things that ain't got nothing to do with me, is out of my control, on different things that's taking place in my life, to where it opened up a whole can of drama in my life for certain things that it don't have nothing to do with me. You're that person. You wonder why things get hard for you, because people wish the worst on you, and it pisses them off that they can't silence you. Your soul won't even do it. There'll be days you want to give up, and you get back up and get mad as hell and still continue to go. I be looking at God like that. I say, you getting on my nerve. It's like you a Taurus, Gemini, Scorpio, Leo, all these different things. I love the way your mind works. I love the way your heart goes, because you are not no sore loser, and you stubborn as all hell. That's why I chose you for that. That's exactly the reason why you were chosen to move the way you're moving. The different trauma that has been placed in your life. Because a lot of times we face a lot of things and we really don't see how we're going to make it from one day to the next. Because I tell people, I don't care. You can sit up here and laugh at all the stuff that I'm going through. The folks that laugh, you're going to be eventually the ones crying later. You are strong. When you can allow yourself to put yourself in the middle of that pot with all that pressure, because you are pressure. They use that word pressure, and I love it, because you are that. That's why you were handpicked for that, because they knew you were destined to change some stuff. People will try to doubt you out, count you out on every different thing. They'll do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. When they're scared that you will. They know you will. You're being determined. There's a lot of different things where, you times get hard. But this is when it makes you harder within your strength, within your convictions, to know, yes, I played a part in my own suffering, because I allowed somebody to sit up here and force a mask on me that didn't even belong on me. I allowed myself to sit up here and live in a lie of other people's truth of definition. Now I'm like, no, I'm owning my own. You can keep that over there, but I'm still pray for you. The worst thing you can sit up here and do is pray for your enemies. They want you to stay mad. They want you to stay mad. They don't want you to ever heal. When you walk around with a smile on your face and they see you laughing, that disturbs the hell out of somebody. Allow them to assume they know your next steps. You ain't even got to get cocky with them. Allow them to assume. Because folks will just say something just to see how you're going to react, just to see if you're going to tell on yourself. Because when folks, I hear it all the time. Okay, if it ain't all about that, why are you worried about what I'm doing next? Why are you worrying about what decisions I made? Because if it's not moving mountains for you, why are you sitting up here trying to corrupt the whole sea? And I tell, a lot of times I got to tell myself, this trial you're going through is going to be your retribution. This is going to be that redemption that you never knew you needed. Now, there's times where I had to sit here, I'd be angry, ready to project the impulses on the things that folks has done to me. And that's not a good thing, especially if you're a daggone unhealed empath. On top of being everything else, that is not good. It really isn't good. I've known, and people had to come back and tell me the things I've done when I got pissed off. That's why I'm not putting myself in a situation like that. Because if it happens this time, it ain't gonna coming back. Okay. Everybody's going through their time of change. It is not easy. What we're facing right here is not for the weak at heart. Everybody is not made for the streets. That's why the hell they just sit up here and pave them sidewalks. Folks can't do that. Folks can't do that. All the people that try to sit up here and disturb you is living throughout their weaknesses. When they can sit up here and face it, I feel like everybody owns an essence of being very strong. You can be determined. But some folks you have over here on this section, everything's being divided. You see there's a war going on. Checkers and chess, God and devil. They doing the same thing, but got two different meanings. Okay? That devil want chaos. You see all this stuff going on in the world where people don't care about nobody and it's all about them and being selfish and stuff like that. Taking people's lives and stuff like that like it is not nothing. But also you see a lot of different things where people will put their personal issues aside and help somebody they don't even know. You are somebody's walking blessing and don't even know it. Because there's times that we done doubted ourselves because we felt like we can't go. I've been that person. I don't know if I can keep taking this. I'm doing the best that I can with what I got. People in situations like mine, a lot of times it don't end well. It don't end well. But God's like, no, your purpose is for something different. I assign you to be the infinite divine. You're in the middle of the divine. You are the universe. We are all gods. Okay? And there's a lot of different things that's going on in the world where you're having to face things for what it truly is. You're going to have to accept things for what it truly is. A lot of times you have to keep moving and close that daggone door without getting an explanation or apology. There'll be times where people look like, dang, I done wished everything up on this mother, and you still ain't gone yet. You can't get rid of me. I can't even get rid of me. There's times I want to walk off because I'm putting myself only through stuff. And I'm like, girl, if you don't leave me alone, shut up. I'm that person. I'm that person. And it's just the fact is I done gained a lot of enemies because that my truth sit up here and weighs way more than they daggone lies or whatever they want to paint up about me. Because I really don't care. I can care less, And those are the things, but it's just like the fact is I can look at my situation and say, girl, you so daggone strong. I done seen folks take people out for less. And you have every reason to, but God like, no. This is where your change is popping off because there's so many people that feel like they have an excuse because they done got done every kind of way. So they trying to sit up here and hurt everybody else that reminds them of that situation. It reminds them of that situation. And that's not no excuse. You can, I'll tell people real quick, when you can put your energy and your vibration on trying to do everything you can to try to block somebody's blessing, which ends up blocking yours in anyway, and whatever else is going to carry off of that. Because God ain't missing no punches. Ain't pulling them either. But, he got his own thing that's going on. Because there's so many different signs where God is warning you. Stay in your lane. Heal yourself because you're creating a war within yourself. Because a lot of times it feels like we are in war with the world, but when it is within ourselves. Because the world can't hurt you unless it was meant to. And if you're divine and you're chosen, you're anointed, nothing's going to happen to you. And if it does happen, that's going to be for a greater purpose for you. But it's just may take a minute for you to be able to realize that. It will do that. And there's a lot of different things and when I can see what other people's greed and selfishness and envy puts them, and I look at what they're doing to sit up here and make sure they do that on me. I don't want to be you, but you can sit up here and take notes on how I'm healing. When you're allowing yourself to really, you show your strength when you can be honest and say, I had a weak moment. A lot of people won't do that. Walk around here saying, oh, I'm happy. And the way they're moving, that mess don't seem happy. Folks, is like when I watched a video today, when I said that really resonated with me, people, you hold a threat to a lot of people. Like, why do you do that? It's like, what did I do? I mean, I'm this person. When folks really fear you and have that it should have been me type energy, you will know because they will go all the way out to try to disturb your peace because they're at war with their own selves. They're at war with their own demons, where people self-medicate and do things. And it's just like with me, I ain't gonna lie. Shoot, I used to roll up one and talk to Shubba. It used to be that type. Until God kept on showing me signs that you can't keep living off the devil's lettuce. You can't keep doing that. We asked you to take this because you needed to understand the parts of yourself that wasn't able to really manually unlock yet. So it's like your herbs is taking you there. You have that gift to doing anything. I tell people, I don't judge you. I'm not God. I don't judge nobody. Now, if you ask me my question or my opinion about something, yeah, I'll tell you. not in a hurtful way, but, I tell people, even sometimes it's hard for me to digest my own truth, but I have to be able to allow myself to call myself on my own ish that I'm dealing with, because that's what people do when they're trying to heal. My mind was always fixated on what people said about me and how they're making fun of me, or they think the things that I'm going through is so funny. It's comical. People would love to see all that different stuff where they can sit up here and place hurt and drama and selfishness and just try to rip your life apart. And God will make you go through that. And while all little he and a whole lot of ha ha, I'm telling you, when you sit up here and take that, you better make sure you get that front seat. Because you sit there and try to tear somebody's life apart. And God will allow these things to happen, but it's going to be moving in their purpose for them. That higher purpose is for them. That suffering creates strength, and people don't realize that. Stuff that you place on somebody else, they scared the hell out of you. Because they seen the stuff you went through, and you still trying to show compassion into your life. Even though you went into, chaos, you still trying to project clarity to make some kind of sense, not just with what you're going with, but other people you connecting with that may be needing that word that you carry today. People don't know that. I always told people, and I will still say it. I said, my mom always told me, don't say something once you can't say again. Because if I got a lie, I'm just not going to say it. But it's that point. People place something on you, and if that shoe is on the other foot, baby, and I tell people real quick, I know about how folks put stuff on me, and I'm cool with that because it's going to strengthen me anyway. But if the shoe was on the other foot, you would have made it 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and that's why I'm hated for it, because all the stuff that you have done, no weapon formed against you will prosper, because God going to use that hate and give you some weight, okay? And that's going to be your strength. You're a warrior. This is what warriors go through. And we already done won the war. It's just we had to get in line to be able to align ourselves with knowing that truth. Because the devil see your potential. That's why he got all these folks running around here acting crazy with folks. Because I'm not going to down talk nobody, but me speaking my truth, that's already going to be a thorn in somebody's side. And I really don't care. I really don't. I tell people real quick, I'd be very mindful. But don't put yourself in a situation that I'll make you even question your own existence. Please don't do that. And then at times I laugh to myself, because I'm like, if you really knew my story, if you really know what happened to me and you still came at me sideways like that, even when you come to me and I'm telling you about something that happened in your family that I should have no way of knowing, I hold that power. And then you want to try to play me sideways. You ain't hurting me. You're hurting yourself. And on top of that, I still wish you peace. And I tell people real quick, and I had to learn, don't be disloyal to yourself by telling what that person's weakness is. You become them. And I had to learn that, because there are many a times I'll sit up here and say stuff like that over what somebody's done. I'm not going to do that, because your character's going to show that. I ain't got to keep sitting up here putting spotlight on anything. Every dog has got his day. You have to understand, we all carry truth. It's just up to you to be able to want to project it. Because people get so comfortable with lies. I tell people I can't go to no masquerade. I don't like wearing masks. I want to be able to show my face. I don't want to show something I know this is not me. I've done that for so many years because I was forced to be a certain way. Because that truth, it is just hateful. Just the image of me. A lot of people are intimidated by that. And it's just like, this is not my fault, because I remind you of somebody that you really envy. And it's not saying, oh, you're the finest girl in the world. No, it's not even about that. But people know what I'm talking about. People that know my truth know what I'm talking about. You'll notice when you're dealing with a lot of things when it comes to people, and it can be very hurtful. It can be very heavy, antagonizing, just annoying, overwhelming when people constantly do everything they possibly can to make sure you don't prosper. Regardless on what they say, oh, I'm happy. I ain't worried about you. Watch them actions. Watch them actions, especially if it's somebody that that knows what can get your gears running. Know what can make you mad. But just check this out. Karma ain't being nice. Karma catching it. You ain't got to go look for it. And they real quick, don't look for it, because it'll come to you if God wants you to see. Because a lot of times we feel like, how are these enemies able to get away with stuff? Oh, trust me, they getting handed left and right. Even when you pray for them, they feel that because they don't want to face that truth. You ain't got to, but when God make you do it, it's gonna be on a whole new level. You know, that's why he getting into us good right now, because it's making you want to rip all your roots of your hair out. But people don't know that. I've seen how when I see deception, it's been in my life for a long time, and people making moves thinking I'm Bobo the fool. I know what y'all doing. I ain't stupid. I'm just like, but mine ain't gonna catch me getting issues. But you'll notice the people that are doing harm to you, they'll start aging fast. And just from the stuff that you're going through, and you're allowing yourself to face it, you're dealing with the good, the bad, and the ugly. It'll start making you look youthful by the folks that's trying to sit up here and put harm in your way. Gonna be looking old as hell. I'm looking like, God, no, you looking like death walking on water right now. But I'm gonna still pray for you. I'm gonna still pray for you. Because don't sit up here and place something on your enemies. I had to learn the hard way. Don't place nothing on your enemies. They're already living throughout their punishment. You know, a lot of them making the choices they don't like themselves. You know, and I still pray for my enemies. I have powers over my words that I can sit up here and wreck the hell out of somebody's life. But I'm going to let God do that, because I already know the repercussions of doing stuff like that to other people. It has a way of coming back to you. You don't want to sit up here and manipulate, the corners. You don't want to do that to nature. You don't want to do that with Mama Earth. You don't want to do it with Gaia. When you start sitting up here manipulating crosswords and crossroads and stuff like that, oh, you want to have something to pay for. Even though it may feel good right now, you're gonna be nothing ain't really for free, especially when dealing with stuff like that. Because you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay dearly. And you're gonna pay dearly. But right now we're all going through a lot of different things in our lives. And what we're facing is not easy. Things that you deserve and you earn ain't gonna come easy for us. They needed that renegade, that black sheep of the family, because black sheeps end up forming into a goat. You want to be the greatest of all time. Because too many people feeling like, oh, I can't heal. I have a right to feel the way I do. I have a right to sit up here and inflict pain on people. I'm like, yeah, you can. That's easy. It's easy to do. What the strength is showing you is you face yours. You own it. You claim it. Be convicted in that. Hold your responsibility to the part of your suffering you contribute towards other people. Because there's times when we project being a victim. And God will always tell you, even though certain things is happening to your life that manipulated that card game, you just have to learn how to play your cards, play your hand, and deal with it the best way you know how. And it's not easy. There's going to be days where you're going to be so, you're going to have a heaviness of gratitude of everything you're facing. And there'll be certain times that you're ready to take your own self out and everybody else that has something to do with it. That's the growth of healing. That's the growth of healing. I tell people I'm holy and I'm half hood. Pray with me. Don't play with me. Don't do that. I'm healing. I'm not healed. Don't do that. But these are the things you're going to be going through. And it's going to get to that point, you're going to understand why God made you wait. It's going to get to that point where you're going to look back and you're going to understand the magnitude of the blessings that you're receiving from all the daggone demons you've been fighting for that long. The devil sees that God has anointed you. God got something for you that will probably bring you to your knees. And that's the reason why they sit up here playing with a lot of minds right now, because they whispering and it's just torturing a lot of people. And it's okay. You won't have that time where you're going to have to press everything on pause. There'll be days that you need to really step back and evaluate yourself, or even recharge yourself on things you're doing. But don't you give up, regardless on what people are doing or what the unseen is not doing. Because, God led you through this. Trust me. They laughing at you now and stuff like that. They're being there. But I'm telling you, God gonna have a special seat right in the front of them when he blessed all those people that they'll sit up here, the devil will sit up here and try to do everything they possibly can to tear somebody's life out. And the devil is different between God. God ain't gonna leave you. He gonna put you through some stuff, but he gonna get you through that stuff. The devil gonna have you all doing stuff like crazy. And guess what? You're going to be that one holding that daggone, you're going to be the one holding that stick, holding the bag. What am I supposed to do with this? No. That's your issue, not mine. You have to be able to do that. But you are anointed. You are chosen. You will keep continuing to move forward. The only person that can stop your destiny is you. No matter what people are doing, what they're trying to block. You can't block nothing that God got for you. They can't steal nothing that God has for you. No matter how much they don't like it, your blessings is not based on other people's behaviors or their opinions on what you deserve. So you have to allow yourself to keep moving forward. You have a destiny of great abundance and prosperity and blessings with your whole name on it. Don't give up, because it's like right now you are right at the cusp of reaping a lot of beautiful things into your life. Don't allow somebody else's ill will or whatever they got going on with their own personal issues to reflect on yours. Don't allow what other people's, how they see you, define how you see you. Don't give up on your dreams when other folks don't fail and walk past theirs because they felt like it wasn't going to never happen. Don't ever take no daggone, advice from somebody who don't even believe in their own selves. Because they see that power in you. That's the reason why they're trying so hard to condemn you for it. But you're going to be exonerated. Watch that. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. Didn't mean for it to go long, but, universe tell me to use certain things and say certain things. So, I know a lot of people going through some stuff. I know a lot of people may not feel like they got the answer to get it on the way out. A lot of times that we hold ourselves short, that we constantly face mistakes instead of allowing ourselves to use that mistakes to overcome something else. Because that's all it is. Life lessons, healing lessons. You're strong. You have a whole life ahead of you. If this is what God's plan is for you, but this is that time for you to move forward. I had to be able to remind myself, get aggressive with yourself. Get aggressive on what you're trying to bring into fruition with you. Allow the things that's taking place in your life where people are trying to really give you a hard time. Use that as fuel to keep it moving, because you are pressure. And that's the reason why people don't like you, because you're pressure. And I always tell people, when you're a Heyoka and you start getting strong, a lot of them damn enemies going to start popping out, because you mirroring stuff that they just don't want to be able, they want to curve it. And you keep moving straight. So I hope you are able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I'll leave all my contact information in the description box below. I will be having Heyoka live chat live and vibe next 3 hours. So hopefully you'll be able to connect with me. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Mckoy, the philosopher, Miss G. Glenn Patty. I know you said this is your husband's account, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you a shout out anyway. Jacob McDonald, thank you for stopping by and welcome to the channel, as well as Miss Patty, as well as Miss Pat CQV SA and Breezy Be Easy. And y'all be prosperous. I'm sending so many vibes to you right now. We're all going through different things, but everything's gonna pull through and come out so much better than you actually realize. So allow yourself to don't give up on yourself. Even if others do, you don't quit you. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. I'll leave my contact information in the description box below, as well as the link to my podcast as well. So whatever you're trying to manifest, I wish so many good heralds on you that is going to take you to pinnacles you never thought you were going to reach. And it's going to be them blessings that's really going to bring you down to your knees. And I pray that you actually get it sooner than you ever expected it. Even through social distancing, make sure you give out a lot of love, light, upliftment, and words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. Those things really take somebody a long way. So much love to you, and namaste.